afternoon, everyone. Thank you so very much for being here this afternoon. My name is Christina Salerno. I'm the Executive Director of Illinois Philharmonic Orchestra. How are we doing on hearing me? No, not at all. All right, let's see if I can try this again. How's this? Yeah, okay, all right. So hello, everyone. I'm Christina Salerno, Executive Director of Illinois Philharmonic Orchestra. Thank you for being here this afternoon for the 15th Annual Rising Star Showcase, which is such a wonderful anniversary to have, and we're so very excited for all of our performers. Very, very quickly, I just want to give a couple thank yous. Big thank you to Dr. Christina for being our accompanist today. Thank you to Ned, the photographer, for video and photography. Thank you to Dominic Rinker for being our stage manager. Of course, our Rising Star Showcase directors, who this would not be possible without: Ellen Davis, Mary Ellen Tomasetti, and Dr. Roosevelt Griffin. Thank you. Also the committee: Dr. Sharon Bean, Carol Joy Breka, Richard Davis, Andrea Hetzel, Nicole McGill, Marcia Stewart, and Barbara Sturgis. And last but not least, I want to give a very special appreciation to Dory Mockdinger, who is here today. And it was 15 years ago that Dory started the Rising Star Showcase with Helen Sylvia. So Dory, thank you for all your work this year and all the years previous. Further ado, let me introduce our MC, musician, and announcer extraordinaire, Dr. Albert Jackson.
Thank you. Now, can you hear me? Yes. Oh, okay, good, great. Hi, as Christina said, I'm Al Jackson. So happy to be here as your host today. And welcome to the 15th Annual Rising Star Showcase. You will be amazed. I'm sure that those of you who listen to these young artists warm up are in the same position as I. I have to hold my jaw shut from dropping, seeing all of the talent here. It's wonderful to be here. It's wonderful to have you here. Thank you for coming. I'm not going to speak a whole bunch, but I'm going to introduce each piece a little bit as the players and artists come forward. So I'll have Lilia Abramczyk, did you get that right, I think, come, and I want to tell you a little bit about Camille Saint-Saëns. He lived 1835 to 1921, so he lived well into the 20th century. He was a child prodigy, as many this afternoon might be considered. He was 10 when he made his debut at the Salerno in France, in Paris, and he was 13 when he went to the Paris Conservatory. He later became fairly well-known, rather well-known, as an organist. He played at Saint-Marie in Paris and later at La Madeleine, which was the official church of, at that time, the French Republic. His cello concerto was considered by Rachmaninoff and by, who was this? Shostakovich, said that that was the best, the greatest cello concerto that there ever was. Interestingly enough, it's in 3 sections, but it's through composed. You won't hear any breaks. So Lilia will play for us the first movement and a bit of the last movement. Lilia Abramczyk and Dr. Christina, the cello concerto number 1 of Camille Saint-Saëns. As I said, you will be amazed. Three of the greats of jazz are certainly to be found in John Coltrane, Wayne Shorter, and Chick Corea. And the three pieces which form this jazz suite are iconic in the field of jazz. John Coltrane's life was brief. He died at the age of 41, but particularly his inventive harmonic progressions, which came to be known as train changes, will be used forever in the jazz world. Giant Steps is one of his best-known pieces. By contrast, Wayne Shorter, the saxophone player, lived to be nearly 90, lived to a ripe old age, and was awarded a degree in music education from New York University long before African Americans, and particularly jazzmen, were accepted in the hallowed halls of academia. His piece, Infant Eyes, is, of course, dedicated to his newborn daughter. Chick Corea, like the trumpet player Wynton Marsalis, is a crossover guy. He's equally at ease fronting a jazz quartet or playing a Mozart piano concerto, perhaps directed by someone like Bobby McFerrin. His piece, Spain, has been played as a solo, as a trio, as a duo, with everything, with guitar, with banjo, with French horn. And we hear today Aaron Zander now, play his own arrangement, his own suite arrangement, called Jazz Suite, accompanied by Lisa Christina. Sebastian Bach was a thief. And a good one. He'd steal a theme from Vivaldi, he'd steal a little bit of this from Marcello, a little bit of that from someone else, but the person he stole from the most was himself. And so this violin concerto, 1041, BWV, I think 1041, is also listed as a harpsichord concerto, and is also listed as an oboe concerto. So he was you might call him a recycler long before it became popular to be that. Evangelia, Iraklianos, you can't imagine how much I have practiced that. We'll be playing two movements from BWV 1041. It's the second movement first and the first movement second. The second movement is just stunningly beautiful. The slow movement is so lovely. And the first movement is a study in perpetual mobile, perpetual motion. There is always some stream of 16th notes that is going to be heard either in the violin or in the piano. And that gives that movement a tremendous sense of surge, of moving forward. Bach was largely a church musician. And so these instrumental pieces, which were quite a bit more, shall we say, lively, were things which he wrote comparatively of for concerts or gatherings outside of the church. And indeed, you will find that the rhythm of Bach keeps your head nodding and your toes tapping, even though we're in church. Evangelia, Iraklianos played the Bach violin concerto, accompanied by Lisa Christina. sent along with his audition a recording of his piece. And I listened to it and I said, wow, wait, that's Schumann. No, wait, that's Chopin. No, maybe it's Mussorgsky. No, it's Andrew Lloyd Webber. There's a thematic unity, there's energy, there's drama in the Trojan Suite. Unity which goes far beyond Liam's 15 years of age. It's no wonder why he was the Illinois State Representative of the Music Teachers National Association Composition Competition. The piece, as you can see, although it is through composed, it's not 4 separate movements, there's 4 kind of scenes. It's the Queen of Sparta, abduction of Helen, the 10 Years' War, and the fall of Troy. Are we maybe listening to the next Saint-Saëns? Are we maybe listening to the next Mussorgsky or Bach or Chick Corea? Let's listen to Lilia and we can decide.
I've heard pictures at an exhibition at the end, I tell you. I am not a watcher of television, but I know that there's a show, CSI something or another, and I think it's about like forensics. So what does that have to do with Haydn? Let me tell you. Haydn's first cello concerto was written, as was almost everything, for Prince Esterhazy, who was Haydn's boss, Haydn's patron. It was, however, dedicated to the principal cellist in Esterhazy's orchestra, one Joseph Franz Weigel. And here's the backstory, the forensics, we go into this kind of thing. The concerto was thought to be lost until, in 1961, someone was at the General Museum in Prague, in the Czech Republic, and noticed the name Franz Weigel, knowing it to be the principal cellist in Haydn's orchestra. Haydn had written at some point in a notebook the principal theme for the first movement of the concerto. And putting two and two and two and two and two and two together, it was discovered, or rediscovered, that this was indeed an entire unknown cello concerto by Franz Joseph Haydn, one of the greats of the classical period. So, it begs the question, and I hope that all of the young artists are listening, who may decide to go into music history or musicology. The question is, how many other famous, fabulous concertos by famous, fabulous composers are lying unknown and unrecognized in how many museums around the world? Nathan Hoch, or Nathan Hoch in English, will play now the first movement of the Haydn Cello Concerto No. 1 in C major, of course accompanied by Dr. Lisa Christina.
uniquely American composer, and reminds me something of a local boy made good. Though he was born in Kyiv, in the Ukraine, when he was only 4, he and his family immigrated to the United States, to Chicago. And when asked later what year that was, he said, "Oh, that was just shortly before Noah's flood." He taught violin in the historic Fine Arts Building right downtown on Michigan Avenue for most of the 20th century. Possibly his most popular, the Israeli Concerto, is obviously a doffing of the cap to his Hebrew and Jewish heritage. I have heard recently, it may be that he was studying for the rabbinical priesthood. In any case, this is a wonderful piece. It's in 3 movements, Hora Hatikva, and then a recitative fantasy, and finally a nocturne. A hora is actually a wedding dance in which the bride and groom are seated on chairs and then lifted up above the heads of everyone else as the other dancers dance around them. That won't be happening this afternoon. But there will be wonderful music played by young Carolyn Canty, the Israeli Concerto of George Carolyn. last two pieces are without accompaniment. Let's just take a moment and thank Music Kristina. Actually, published after Chopin's death, the Waltz in E minor is a dance to which no one can possibly dance. It is a concert piece of the highest and wildest order, and perfectly representative of the drama, the intensity, the tumult, the Sturm und Drang, the vicissitudes of Chopin's life. He was dominated by his lover George Sand, also known as Aurora Dudevant, and it seems that the only way Chopin could express himself against that powerful a personality was through his power of music. It is known that he died without a great deal of money, but I tell you, if he were paid by the note, this piece alone would make him a millionaire. We hear Langlois play the Chopin Waltz in E minor. We want to extend a special welcome to an alumna of the Rising Star program, Anna Maria D'Ortenzio. Now in her final year in theater arts at DePaul University, she is already quite active both as a performer and a director in the Chicago theater and musical scene. She's going to sing two pieces, I Won't Mind by Jeff Blumenkrantz, and we'll follow that with the famous aria from Puccini's Tosca, Taranto, Nessun Dorma. Jeff Blumenkrantz, the composer of I Won't Mind, is himself a successful Broadway and TV actor, having appeared in Into the Woods and How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying on Broadway. And you would see him in 30 Rock, Will and Grace, Law and Order, a bunch of other TV shows. The song I Won't Mind comes from an unfinished musical he wrote called The Other Franklin, dealing with the relationship between Ben Franklin and his son William. In this song, Lizzie Franklin, William's wife, has discovered that she is unable to have children and sings a beautiful and heartrending lullaby to her godson upon the occasion of his christening. By way of starkest contrast, there is probably no more heroic moment in all of opera than the aria Nessun Dorma from Puccini's The Turandot. Prince Karloff has been set a riddle. If he does not solve the riddle, he forfeits his life. If he does solve the riddle, he wins the hand of Princess Turandot in marriage. Not exactly the way I wooed my wife, but to each their own. Prince Karloff insists that no one sleep, nessun dorma, nobody sleep the entire night while he's figuring out this riddle, and finally cries out, Alba vincero, at dawn I shall triumph. Here to sing both of these songs is a three-time alumnus of the Rising Star program, Anna Maria D'Ortenzio.
Little boy, sing.
the London Philharmonic for dropping by on the last piece. Thank you all so much for being here. There is a lovely reception in the back. You can mingle with the artists, get their autographs, and tell them how much you appreciate all that they do. Thank you so much. We will see you next year at the 16th Annual Illinois Philharmonic Orchestra Rising Star Program. Thanks. Have a nice evening.